I'll entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda, please.
I will so move.
So here a second.
Second.
All moved and seconded. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Don't forget to turn your mics back on when you're speaking. Yes, and I'm going to excuse Glenda for medical purposes this time around. And with notification to excuse her. I did.
Emily.
Oh, Emily. I didn't even know she wasn't here. Can you? Believe? All right, I need to excuse Emily too. Thank you, Michelle. Wow, I really need my glasses fixed. Anyway, city councilman sent that. Committee reports. Chief, you're up first.
Evening. For the most part, things have slowed down a little bit, which I'm kind of glad. Want to kind of, you should have it in your packet, what's going on. With obviously still waiting to find somebody to hire. Been working with John and Steve up in Napline back and forth on a time to take some time to do personal things. So fortunately, we're able to work with them quite a bit. They've come down and helped me, I've helped them. So that's been going pretty good. Want to kind of give you guys an update on Randy, 0771. He was talking about retiring in December, which would be our next coming meeting. So him and I have had some very lengthy discussions for years. Randy is an absolute essential to the department. I don't care if he's sitting at the desk just working on paperwork. But for safety concerns and stuff, and I hate to say it, Randy's gotten a little bit older over the years, like the rest of us. Him and I have kind of decided that he, come December, probably right about now, but come December, he won't be doing any active patrolling. That doesn't mean you're not going to see him out in the car taking care of certain things. And that's going to be kind of important to help me out. Handle dog calls, handle follow-ups. Call him basically, he'll be my little detective or my old detective or young detective, whatever you want to call him. So he still will be involved, but he will be, in one aspect, officially retiring from active patrol. He's got some knee problems and a couple things, so he wants to make sure we keep him safe. But my opinion is until he says he doesn't want to do anything at the police department anymore, he's still going to be a very valuable asset and has been. So other than that, any questions?
Is there any time limitation on how long Randy can volunteer? Is there an age requirement so he could do it indefinitely as far as that?
Definitely.
Thank you.
You know,
Good news.
he's a guy that can make the phone calls, can dig into things and stuff, take care of stuff that takes a long time, and leave me available to do the other calls and stuff. So you still may see him out here in the car. You just won't see him doing a lot of traffic stops and stuff that could put him in jeopardy. Because the last thing he wants to do is be in jeopardy and put the city in a liability issue. So I'm going to be probably sending a letter to the sheriff's department, let them know that he could be out here. So that if he does run across something that I'm not on, that they'll come and give him a hand. So we keep things safe and everything.
Any other questions for Sam? Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome, sir.
Michelle?
So I was on vacation last week, yay, in the sun. Had to come back to this. But right before I left on vacation, we did get some new population estimates from Office of Financial Management because the census numbers finally came in. And so I basically spent my time fighting because somehow we lost a population of 100 and with 40 vacant homes during the census. And I said, there is no way at all. So I've been trying to fight that. And basically, unless there was a area of the town that was missed, they will not do anything. And so our only repercussion is we will have to conduct our own census next year using their criteria from Office of Financial Management. So I'm not real thrilled with that at all. And financially, a lot of the taxes that come into the city is based off of your population. And so it's not like a huge amount, but to me, $100 is a big amount for Toledo. So what we're talking about is about $4,000 of lost revenue that is in the current expense fund, in the city street fund, and in the criminal justice fund. So it was kind of a hectic week with, I made calls to Jamie Herrera Butler's office. She was helping me out too, and all her staff. And so it was a little bit hectic, but I think that's going to be the end conclusion. That's what everybody's saying. So wasn't happy with that. Other than that, I mean, things have been crazy in the office, like always, still with, this time of year is a little bit crazy. I think a lot of you heard that there was a tree that came down that did hit a couple cars in a home. And so Jill quickly contacted the insurance company, and we're not liable for it because trees that are on the side of the street, the property owner is liable, even if it is in the street right away. And this particular neighbor, we could show proof that we went back and had given them paperwork about this tree that we were concerned about before. And we've done that with several different people. So I think that next time that AWC has a grant, that might be something that we probably want to look at, is hiring somebody to come in and evaluate all the trees that are in the city streets and send out those type of letters that, hey, we are concerned that your tree could be dangerous, that it is your responsibility, you need to take care of it. So the homeowner, it was a rental, and no, the homeowner. So we haven't heard back from them. They can file a tort claim against the city. They have that option, but they really don't have a leg to stand on. My understanding is there was no insurance on vehicles possibly, or the home. So that is something that did happen this last week. So, it's just something we have to be really, look out for, is our trees. Sidewalks is another big thing. If there's cracked sidewalks, or the sidewalk sometimes will separate and get like a big hump in it. And we do try to notify those neighbors and let them know, or the property owners, that they are responsible for sidewalks also. And by the city going and sending out these letters, that kind of takes us more off the hook too, because we've shown that we've tried to, forewarn them. So that's kind of what's going on. A lot of things have been happening with our grant that we have for water rights. And so I am making headway. It's just really slow working with ecology. So we are getting a little bit further than we have in the past. So, is there any questions?
The question I have has to do with the census.
Mhm.
We would have to census every house, or did they give us a list of the 40 that they found empty?
They won't give us any information at all. We would have to go through and census every home.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
my question is, to get what's called community development block grant, you have to be 51% low to moderate income level. I don't have those numbers yet to see where we fall in with these 100 less people, where they disappeared to. So that could be interesting. So, when we do this census, we may even have to hire a company to do it, which is thousands of dollars. But I know that with CDBG, with Department of Commerce, you can't do it yourself anymore. They don't trust you, which is unfortunate. We've done it in the past years ago, but somewhere along the line, somebody probably fudged some records, from other cities. And so we have to hire a company at thousands of dollars to go out and do the census numbers and also collect data on income. And I mean, that's just it, is to get the word out to how important it is to, you know, be clear on your income levels too. I know some people that, you know, probably don't like to say they make $20,000 a year or whatever, you know, it may be, it, you know, but it is so important. It is all, you know, anonymous, but, you know, and some people just don't like a stranger coming to their door asking for information like that too, and you know, what's your household income? But it is very important.
But that is kind of where we can step in with our own people doing a census, that people would know us
Yeah, we
and
can't.
trust
though.
us, but that don't mean squat in this case, right?
Right, they, yeah, for that type of census, to
Wow.
get that as a record to show that we're low to moderate income level, no. You
Another
know, and we
question,
could show school records that show how many are free reduced lunches and all that. So what it does mean though, so I'll take a step back a little bit so community development block grant is for low to moderate income levels. So it means we can't do like an area wide. So if we have a specific area, like side sewers or something like that, if we know that we have a lot of side sewers that are having issues, we could get grants for those that apply to us that are low to moderate income level. So if we wanted to do something, say for the food bank is for low to moderate income levels. We could do something for the food bank. So it has to be, it could be area specific, not area wide. And in the past, we've done a lot of area wide because we've done, you know, water lines or sewer lines. That's area wide. If we can, I guess, show proof that everybody in a certain area is low income, we could do a line that direction or whatever to, you know, rehab, because there is a lot of inflow and infiltration, I&I getting into the wastewater system still that needs to be fixed. So, you guys have any other questions?
I have one more.
Mhm.
On a sidewalk upheaval, say, is it, and it's on a property line, right on the line? Do you get both property owners to chip in and fix it? Or you just go with one? I don't know. I'm just saying about.
I don't know, we have any that are like right on the line. I mean, normally a sidewalk is gonna be on both properties. If there's an issue, it's not gonna be exact on a line normally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Any other questions for Michelle? Thank you, Michelle.
you're welcome.
Did Mike call in? Nothing? Okay.
Can I ask a question? Since Mike's not here, last meeting, we had a concern about tables in the park being put away. Did that get taken care of?
Yeah. I don't know the answer
Okay.
to that. I haven't been down to the park for a while.
Okay.
No, they have not been put in? Okay. I'll check into that tomorrow. Thank you, Ron. I'll check on that tomorrow. Okay, public hearing 2022 budget / preliminary budget special presentation. Anything in that, Michelle?
So again, just no public has come in and requested any information. So you guys have all had your information, and you know, this is a public hearing for the public to ask questions if they so choose. So it's not really for the council to ask questions. It's the time for the public to ask questions. But like I said, nobody has come to City Hall and requested any information for a copy of the budget.
Okay, thank you. Is there any public comment on agenda items? Nothing? Then we'll move on. New business ordinance number 769, operation of all-terrain vehicles, first reading. Get that up. Purple. Sorry about that. Okay, an ordinance of the city of Toledo, Washington, allowing the operation of wheel all-terrain vehicles as described in RCW 46.09 on city maintained streets and roads with posted speed limit of 35 miles per hour or less. I'll entertain a motion for that. You'll make a motion?
Yeah, I'm asking you need a motion to approve that, are you?
Just on this ordinance number 729 or 769, I'm sorry.
I will make a motion to approve ordinance.
Okay.
769.
Do I hear a second?
I'll second it.
Moved in second. Any more questions on it? Then let's vote on it. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No,
1 nay, 2, 4. Motion carries. Unfinished business, ordinance number 768, ad valorem tax, second reading. Got it. Ordinance number 768, an ordinance amending ordinance number 760 of the city of Toledo, establishing the ad valorem tax levy upon real and personal property within the city of Toledo for the year 2022. Entertain a motion for that.
Also move.
I hear a second.
second.
Moved in second. Any more discussion on it? Let's vote. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next one, unfinished business, personal service agreement. Brown one.
Mhm.
Okay, the personal service agreement. I'll entertain a motion for that one.
I was so moved that we would accept the new personal service agreement.
Do I hear a second? Moved and seconded. Any more discussion on it?
Can I ask, it's on a yearly basis. So
Yes.
who evaluates this position?
I suppose the council would evaluate it.
Okay, just wondering.
Any more discussion? Okay, let's take a vote on it. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Against? Motion carries. Okay, that's all I got for unfinished business and new business, other business, COVID-19 updates. Michelle? Nothing for the COVID updates? All right. Public input. Now's the time to speak. The PSA. Personal service agreement was for the park agreement, right, Michelle?
When you talk, you have to actually come up to the microphone, otherwise we can't get you on video and state your name.
I was just curious what the personal service agreement was about. Tawny Shepherd.
Thank you, Tony. It's for the park. Just specifically all the park duties that are supposed to be taken care of. This is all new. We've added some more language in this. You're welcome.
Clarification is that it's for the personal service agreement with the individual that is the attendant down at the park. And he or she, whoever that agreement is with, agrees to do certain duties in exchange for a place to park and utilities to live in.
Thank you, Ron. Any other comments or questions? Rick? Can you get the mic?
I thought I'd better get up here and let you guys know what's transpired. I've applied at actually three HUD outfits, and two are in Yakima and one's in Olympia. Unfortunately, they're on a 3 to 4 month waiting. The VA is helping me out. American Legion, I should say, is helping me out as best they can. What I've done is my sister is helping me find another RV. The one I've got now, after the tree fell on it and stuff, I'm losing the floor in it and everything else. So she's actually tonight trying to make arrangements with my niece, whose boyfriend has one. There's a slight problem there in the ownership and title, but they think they can get that straightened out. I wish I could say what day, but I can't. But they're working as fast as they can. And she is going to, if I need more money, she's going to co-sign a note for me. Now, the other problem I've got, and which is my health. I had to cancel a second surgery to try to get all this done. And my doctor is a little upset with me, to say the least. My nearest second surgery is now pushed back until December 30th, unless there's an opening or a vacancy, which I really need to do. It's not that serious yet, but he said it will be if I don't. It's one of those things. I've tried best I can. I've still, taken care of the park like I always have. Just a little slower, partly because of my age, but it's a situation where if I don't have the surgery done, it could get real serious. If I do have the surgery done, I'll be okay in a given amount of time. And so I'm just asking the council to bear with me on this a little bit, because I really don't have much choice when it comes to your health. But I'm doing everything else I can to get moved. I'm selling everything I own right now to get enough money to move. And it's coming in slowly, but I do have people buying stuff. And so, I need to correct something. I was told that the last time I was here, I made mention of a park host getting paid. That wasn't my intent to imply that I should have been paid. It was just to point out what other places do. And so that I'd like to lay that to rest if I could. And so anyway, I'm doing everything I possibly can to get moved, and there's just too many things piling up on me at once. And I need to take care of them as they come along. And again, ask for your indulgence on this. And because my health is one thing I can't afford not to be without. Home, I can always live on the street, but your health you can't live without. So.
Thank you, Rick. Any other questions? Council, any questions?
Rick, so at this point in time, the last meeting, and first of all, in regards to the you asking for money, there was no feeling on our part that you were asking that we should have paid you or anything like that. Not in the least bit, rather a case of that there were other places, and we recognize that. Unfortunately, we're not able to match some of those deals, and we certainly will.
I was never asking.
No, I know that. I know you weren't. And there certainly wasn't anything in your demeanor or your words that would indicate that you were trying to do that. So I for one certainly didn't take and receive that impression. At the last meeting, you had Jim come and kind of present your case.
Yeah, I had gone to the doctor that day after Olympia, and I didn't. Now, see, the problem I got now is he wants to see me every 2 weeks regardless. And then he's got surgery scheduled for December 30th, unless there's a vacancy, somebody backs out, or it becomes an emergency. And he doesn't think it's going to become an emergency, but he's using words that scare me. And so I have to go along with whatever he says.
And I understand that, and your health is very, very important. When Jim was here, He asked specifically that we would extend the length of the contract to an unforeseen date. And so that you could make the arrangements that you are currently trying to make. At that point in time, we agreed that we would extend it to this meeting. We did not agree that we would extend it beyond that. There's a couple of issues. Number one, once the agreement is of no effect and you're living in the park, then one or two things have to happen. Either we would have to re-extend the contract, or you would have to pay. And even then, there would be a limit on how long we could even extend it with you paying. And so we were hoping that by tonight, when you came, that you would have a very distinct date, that by such and such a date, I will have my trailer out of the park and I will be moved on. And that the arrangements would have been made. It appears as though they're still, if I heard you right, they're still trying to make the arrangements.
In a set, now if my sister comes through for me, which I think she will, and I don't, again, I'm relying on other people is my problem. I do have a place to move it to. In fact, I have 2 locations I could go to. One is in on Tucker Road and one's over in Chehalis. There's a family over there that winter in Arizona, and they got 45 acres they would like me to take care of, try to get over. So it's a matter of getting that new used RV over here and in my possession. So again, I wish I could say, Ron, I'll be gone by the 14th of next month or the 18th. Yeah. I can't.
No. What are your current plans to remove the trailer you now have then?
I'm going to give it to a friend who's going to tear it down and make a trailer out of it.
Right.
It's not usable. The floor is no good in it anymore.
Yeah.
So it's very just, and he's here in Toledo, so he can come one day and take it out the same day.
And it can't be moved to that road on Tucker Road and then a switch be made with the other one?
I doubt it. Like I said, it's been sitting there for almost 12 years.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's going to fall apart.
No, I understand.
Again, I wish I could sit here and tell you, this is how it's going to be, because I don't know. I could give you a whole line of stuff, but I don't know.
Sure.
It's an unknown. I mean, I'm still able to take care of the park, and I understand what you're saying about renewing the contract and having somebody new come in there. And I understand all that. I wish I had an answer, but I don't. I'm just trying to stay healthy and stay
Sure.
alive at the same time.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
Well, I assume Rick realizes that we can't let him sit there for free because it's a gift of funds. So that's why we would have to charge.
So
If we
still doing his job, like he said, slowly. Would that still be a gift of funds? I don't think so. Any comments? What do you guys think?
Well, I have a question, and if you feel, Rick, like answering it, that's fine. And if you don't want to, that's fine too. I'm wondering if you have surgery on the 30th of December, I'm wondering if you have surgery on the 30th of December. It's okay. You don't have to stand up. I'm just wondering how long your recovery time is after surgery.
How long?
Like 2 weeks, a month, 6 weeks. What,
Well,
I mean, if you don't, you may not have an idea. I don't know.
I doubt that after everything transpired, it wouldn't be any longer than a month. And hopefully I'll be a week. But again, depending on other people, just give me yes, no, and whatever.
No, I'm just wondering about like you have surgery and then after surgery you have recovery time. And I'm wondering like how long, yeah, I'm wondering how long of recovery.
Last surgery I had, I was in there, they released me after 6 hours. Came back, went to bed, slept for 3 hours, went down, played bathrooms. So if I take care of it in the order in which I'm supposed to, it shouldn't be a problem at all. It just healing, it'll take a little bit. I have a lot of stitches in me, so I couldn't move very fast. But the doctor tells me that if I do it in a timely fashion and do it according to his instructions, there shouldn't be any problems. But if I don't, he was very upset when I canceled this next surgery. Because he said it could develop into something he doesn't want to see. But he's pretty optimistic. But I have to do it like how he wants me to do it. But I'd say probably no. Well, last time took me just a couple of days before I felt human and you know, back and forth, even though it's sore.
Right, no, I understand.
This time should be much different. Unless I go too long, then it could be serious. He said, no, I will still be able to function normally.
Thank you.
So council, what are we gonna do?
Well, I think we're in somewhat of a dilemma, and we want to be very sensitive to Rick's needs. And yet, I'm not sure that we have the ability to just continue without some kind of end date. Maybe an appropriate response would be that we would give him until next council meeting. We would extend the contract once more till next council meeting. And at that time, then he could report to us that he has his trailer moved and that he's vacated the park. And that I certainly be open to that. But my concern is that when we have an open-ended agreement that we terminated and it would have been finished a few weeks ago, then at some point we have to say, are we going to continue to extend that indefinitely? Do we want to consider him a candidate for the new agreement? Which I think that he's already expressed his concern that we added tasks to that he should not feels that they should not be added to it. And I understand where he's at too. I don't have any issue with his concern there, but at some point we have to say, do we have, are we going to bring the agreement to an end or not? And I know it sounds very harsh, but maybe there isn't ever a good time to do what's taking place right now. You know, I feel a lot more comfortable doing it now than I would on Christmas Eve, you know. So at some point we have to take and say, you know, draw a line in the sand and say, this is where we stop. So that's my opinion. So.
I have to say that I don't disagree with that, but as long as he's doing his job, we're not giving away public funds. And I know that it has to be a decision of whatever, but I would like to propose that we do create a date, but I would like to propose a date sometime in January that gives him time to get the surgery. It gives him this next month to get all his ducks in a row, and it gives him time to get moved, get surgery, get healed, and that we, in the understanding that the date that we set is the date that we will have to stick with, whatever that date is. That's just my thought, rather than going every couple weeks, or that's my thought.
Well, one of my thoughts is when I heard Rick talk up here is that in 2 weeks, he's gonna have another doctor's appointment. Is that correct? In 2 weeks? You're gonna see the doctor?
Can't hear you.
In 2 weeks, you're gonna see the doctor again, right? He wants to see you every 2 weeks.
I went last week,
Okay,
they did a biopsy and then they did a couple other procedures. And then
But-
this coming week I have to go again.
so this coming week, you should know maybe more on the operation, the procedure, everything, maybe?
That's the unknown. He wants to see me every 2 weeks up until the 30th of December, which he's scheduled for the next surgery because of all the complications and everything else.
Right.
They can't get me in any sooner unless somebody.
But I'm trying to help you on your extension, as long as you're doing the work and you get another doctor's appointment to let you know something more factual of time of operation and everything else is still on track for December 31st, then we will know all that at that, should know all that better by the next doctor's meeting. Is that correct? Okay,
Yeah, because, you know, and I'm not trying to cry big tears for Crocodile Fisher or anything like that, but, you know, the park really is, there's nothing going on in there hardly at all. I'm able to keep up with it. The bathrooms, like the garbage, had a couple of troublemakers over there, but nothing major. They just, like to leave light switch on, and it needs to be body trained. They're adults, so. Other than that, you know, the park is really, I get a couple of groups of kids come over there on a daily basis. Not troublemakers or anything like that, but hardly anybody's coming into the park at all now. And so it's not usable, so I was just asking for enough time to get, you know, so I'm not rushing through everything to make a mistake.
how many people was at the Veterans Wall?
How
How many people showed up to the Veterans Wall?
many?
How many?
Oh,
10, 11, 12?
a day?
No. How many people showed up for Veterans Day at the wall?
Oh.
The day we opened the gate, didn't you tell me there was 10 or 12 people and that was it?
Yeah.
So that tells you something right there, even with the gate open.
The weather was bad and all that, and in fact, that's hurting a lot of things down there right now.
Rick, can you give council a date that we could agree on, that you would have your trailer out of there by? What date would, if you had to choose a date that accommodates your surgery?
Okay, well, I want to leave, I really do. I want to retire.
Mhm.
You know, I'm 76 years old and I want to really retire. And I love being here and I've got a lot of friends, but my surgery isn't until the 30th. But if it's sooner, I can be out sooner. But I would say 10 days after the surgery, I could be out of there.
So the 10th of January.
Yes. Or sooner. If I
And-
get that trailer over here and I got several people who are gonna help me move when the time comes. I can be out of it, and I sold a lot of stuff as it is.
But by the 10th of January, no matter what happens to the trailer in Yakima, and that trailer, your trailer you currently live in will be gone also.
Right.
Okay.
Any other questions? No? Thank you, Rick.
So Michelle, we would need a motion to extend the contract. I would move that we would extend Rick's contract with the city until the 10th of January, 10th of January of 2022, and that he will continue his duties until then, and and we will also release him to leave anytime between now and then if his arrangements come through by then. Okay.
Okay, is there a second on that?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Any more discussion? Let's vote on it. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Rick, did you hear that okay? Did you hear that okay? Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, well, any more questions or comments from the public? Nothing? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
I hear a second. Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We got a workshop and what do you want, Michelle? 5 minutes, 2 minutes? 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the workshop. Everybody want to stick around for the workshop? You're welcome to hear how our budget's going. Not good. Anyway. I'm trying to get water rights. Mayor's meeting last Friday. I spoke up.